Hey fellas, Onus here, and welcome back to With a Y. And today I'm playing a little bit of catch-up for the few weeks that I was gone, because the trend we're talking about today is actually one that has been making the rounds. Luckily, this one has lasted into at least the last few days. I've seen some pop-ups, because the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise is in desperate need of some good PR.
What if your favorite celebrities in the Epstein files? I highly doubt that Freddy Fazbear. Well, shit.
Today we're going to be talking about Nightmare Freddy's absolute fucking moral crusade across the entirety of TikTok. It has people talking about it in a meta context where it's something where they're like doing something they know is despicable and they look over their shoulder expecting their full legal government name to be read out to them and then like just get an absolute brushing down by Nightmare Freddy. When I make a corny joke to my friends but then I genuinely hear my full legal name behind me. This is not a visage you want to see after you were just like doing like a roast sesh with some friends, because he has, and I do want to acknowledge something before I continue. I know that this is not Nightmare Freddy. This is Nightmare, just Nightmare. But for the sake of conversation, we are going to continue to call him Nightmare Freddy because that's how everybody is referring him to. If you think about it, the way everybody has been talking about Nightmare Freddy is just like a fan and interpretation, so you can like compartmentalize him as a different character in your brain if you must do so. And when I say this has been going on for a minute, like 2 weeks ago, people were talking about how scared they were to get absolutely rinsed and dressed down by Nightmare Freddy. When you're having a field day, rage baiting your homeboy, but hear a deep voice listing your full legal name behind you. I haven't heard the term field day in a long ass time. He's right behind me, isn't he? We can get back to like the meta posts of people making skits in a minute, but you need to see the actual conundrum it is that we're dealing with.
Hi!
Can you tell me about your dog?
This is Honey. He is a gay, gender fluid.
Sarah Bennett the 16th.
I highly doubt she is the 16th person in her bloodline named Sarah, but that is one of the great quirks about this whole thing, that you could use their actual legal name, but then you're allowed to add like some new things on top of it. And I know you guys might be scared because of the clip that was chosen to be responded to, that this might be like on the anti-woke agenda, but Nightmare Freddy actually gives like some pretty good commentary on the situation we're dealing with.
You're sitting here trying to apply a complex human social identity to a golden retriever.
I mean, like, to be fair, everybody does do that. People get mad as hell when you misgender their pets, and I'm no exception here, man. If we're talking on the gender spectrum, my cat is racist, and they should only be referred to as such as those are their pronouns. Like, I just use pronouns other than racist. You can only refer to them as a racist. You don't call the racist cat by anything other than a racist. Freddy then goes on to speak on matters of autonomy and the responsibility we have to our furry friends as they rely on us.
Honey is a dog who is dependent enough to make his own decisions. You can't determine a dog's sexuality just because you feel like it. This is completely unacceptable, and you should do better next time.
You might not agree with everything Nightmare Freddy has to say, and people's approaches to like the speech in the writing they give Nightmare Freddy varies greatly. Some people are absolutely caustic in their attack of the people that they're clipping and having Freddy respond to. But at least in this case, they were constructive, telling Sarah the 16th over here to do better next time, making it seem like they were allowing them to have a next time. Not a guarantee with a lot of the clips we're going to be seeing here. And the situations you'll see Nightmare Freddy popping up in are all sorts of varied, man. Like, this next one is fucking crazy. There's a lot of Family Guy policing that Nightmare Freddy is doing.
You know how Snapchat puts a fake dog tongue on you? How'd you like a real one?
Listen here, Brian Griffin. Not only was that joke completely inappropriate and unnecessary.
You're fucking telling me, dude, because this clip came to me completely out of context. But then Freddy, like, proves that if he's not a Fed, he's an informant because he has information that you shouldn't have on people if you have not been watching them closely. And if we're being honest, with a guy like Brian Griffin, you do need to keep a fucking close eye on that guy. Very inappropriate. All of Quagmire's criticism of Brian Griffin would be valid if it was from anybody other than Quagmire.
But you deliberately made underage girls feel feel uncomfortable, you pedophilic piece of shit.
And there it is. Get his ass, get his ass. I miss when Brian Griffin was written predominantly as a shit lib. Early season Brian had some swagger to him without like all the negative traits that we associate with his uncouth jokes these days, and performative activism that I think has really shown that he's not grown as a character. And it kind of plays into why his writing never takes off, man. I could go on about Brian Griffin for some time.
Your words are what the world will choose to remember you by. No matter how much you think you're a misunderstood writer, nobody will ever see you as anything besides a creep. Think about your miserable life, Brian.
That was like more standard Nightmare Freddy. He's like pointing out stuff you can know from watching the Family Guy show all 30 billion seasons, and can level at characters who have had as much screen time as a guy like Brian has. There are other times where Nightmare Freddy will have like some pretty poignant commentary that really are things that make you think.
You crying?
No, I'm not crying. Be more polite.
Satoru Gojo McButtplug the third.
Like, I do love the writing when they just add some fucking new shit to their full name. Buttplug the third. Like, damn, that's a long line of butt plugs.
Watch yourself, motherfucker. You are overstepping the boundaries of friendly banter and outright bullying.
Dude, my elementary school teachers would have killed to have Nightmare Freddy's in the room, like during those PSAs about bullying. He just has a way with words, and he explains the social contract in a second here that I don't think I've ever heard articulated in the way that he does. And it's coming from a fucking Nightmare Freddy trying to keep someone accountable video.
That is unacceptable. You need to value your friends, not berate them. Bully your friends one more time, and I swear on my left fucking testicle that I will kill you and your—
Okay, that wasn't the clip that I thought it was, and I really need to find the one where Freddy just actually spits some crazy game, or at least some thought-provoking lines of text. But it also shows you the violent side of this whole Nightmare Freddy trend. Sometimes he is a benevolent guy trying to help people improve themselves with some abrasive, tough love that still is love at the end of the day.
For what? So you can swap spit with some stupid girl? Elle's not stupid. It's not my fault you don't like girls.
Michael James—
He just fucking snatches him in this clip, man. Like, sometimes, like, Freddy will literally scroll across the screen, grab a guy, and in the next frame, that dude's edited to be dead. Like, at least several vital organs to human function have been punctured here. And Freddy got that done before he even gave the lecture. Finn Wolfhard is not conscious or cogent enough to, like, take any lessons he's being given right now to heart.
Absolutely not. We need to talk now, because saying it's not my fault you don't like girls to your gay friend is absolutely fucking insane. I will rip your Adam's apple out of your weak little throat and eat it in front of you.
Like, where is the moral lesson in that, Freddy? Like, it does show you that there are different multiversal variants to the kind of guy you could be getting advice from. Pray that you got the dude who was lecturing Sarah the 16th on why she should be more respectful of her dog's pronouns and encourages her to improve in her life, as opposed to this dude who will just, like, kill you on spot, snatch you mid-scene before you're even done saying the dialogue the Duffer Brothers wrote for you, probably without realizing where it was even meant to go.
So if you could describe your outfit with a song, what would it be? Viva La Vida. Viva La Vida by Cosplay.
Kai Carlos Sanat III. Listen carefully, because this is not banter.
Is that actually, like, Kai Cenat's full name? Kai Cenat. Kai Carlos Sanat. Dude, Kai Cenat's full name is actually Kai Carlos Sanat III. Good for him.
Is not a joke. This is a correction. When you reduced Coldplay to cosplay, that wasn't a mistake. It was a result of not comprehending what you read. You say words without understanding them. Performance can hide ignorance briefly, but it always collapses.
Dude, not if I pretend hard enough, bro. You just need to see this shit. That's like another era of shit I just like didn't get around to covering, was like the shit Kai Cenat was doing where he's like reading books on camera. I have no idea how much of that is real or not, and honestly, it's kind of a non sequitur about this video. We're talking about Nightmare Freddy lecturing him on the topic. I should leave the dude more informed on the subject to the commentary about it. And believe me, like, the Nightmare Freddy lectures I'm showing you are on the shorter side. These things like can sometimes get up to like 3 to 5 minutes long. I could like do a video on this topic while only ever covering one example if I picked the right one.
2, 1. Some animals give me boners.
Christopher Cross Griffin. Listen carefully, because this is the only time I will waste oxygen correcting you. What you said was not edgy, not humorous, and not misunderstood. It was a grotesque lapse in judgment that revealed a stunning inability to distinguish between thought, impulse, and speech.
Okay, I believe this is the one where he just gets real as shit for a second. And the implication of the scene with Chris Griffin is that it was a Happy New Year thing, so was it a resolution? Like, was it a thing Chris was actually going through?
Civilized society functions because we apply filters, ethical, rational, and linguistic. Before opening our mouths, you bypassed all of them. Animals are not props for your intrusive thoughts. They are...
My thing is, I do not think Chris Griffin was having intrusive thoughts in this case. I think he was just fucking opening up about something he really be doing, which may or may not be canon by the next episode. And you know, if Brian Griffin is allowed to exist socially in spaces in the Family Guy universe in the way that he is, even when he's not creeping on underage girls, allowed to form like, what the fuck is you know, I was about to go down a rabbit hole about, like, the interspecies dynamics of Family Guy. I think we should just, like, stop it there. That's not even something I really want to consider in any sort of intellectual sense.
Living organisms, governed by biology, not your warped attempts at provocation. To vocalize such a notion is to announce, loudly and proudly, that you either lack self-control or lack comprehension of basic moral boundaries. Neither is flattering. Words have consequences. When you speak, you are telling the room who you are. In that moment, you chose to present yourself as someone unserious, unsafe, and profoundly unrefined.
Profoundly unrefined. This shit is killing me, man. I have spent many days in bed just getting flashbanged by, like, what I believe to be just a random clip of, like, a TV show that I'm going to watch for longer than I really have any right to, considering I'm gonna abandon the storyline set up in front of me in just a minute, only to be jump scared by Nightmare Freddy, like, having something on his mind. He wanted to say something serious today. I think the most recent example that I've seen pop off of this particular trend was Nightmare Freddy just absolutely grilling a kid for destroying a work of art in, like, human effort.
Do you have any idea what you just erased?
Why the hell did he mask Nightmare Freddy to actually be behind the kid, man? Like, that just scares me more. Like, usually it's just a PNG image macro slapped the fuck on top of the video. This dude put in more effort than was necessary.
That wasn't a pile of plastic. That was patience made visible. Hours of focus, planning, precision. Every single brick had a reason to exist, and you decided, without thought, without permission, to reduce it to rubble. Look at me. You didn't break a toy. You disrespected effort.
That's what I'm saying, Nightmare Freddy. I like this particular version. This is like a lesson that a lot of kids need to learn growing up. The world is not just a playground. There's real danger, and there's real consequences to your actions. And if this kid went unreprimanded for those actions, then I'm afraid those tendencies could evolve to something more destructive, ultimately to the kid himself and the people around him in his adult life. Now, the last big evolution is, like, people intentionally putting themselves in situations where they script both ends of the Nightmare Freddy interaction. They both do the thing that attracts Nightmare Freddy's ire, and they write Nightmare Freddy's dialogue on what they're being criticized of, and they, like, turn it into real time. This, like, might be my favorite one from Joshua Guitar.
Hey, yo, Brian Barnes, put me in the studio with you. Check this out. And I've seen all the signs.
Listen here, Joshua. That little voice crack you did. No, look forward, boy.
Like the live commentary. Look forward now. Stare at the camera. Let them see your reaction to my words. Maybe then the lesson will stick. The public humiliation will make it so that you never make this same mistake again.
That voice crack will never land you a life-changing collaboration with Brian Barnes. In fact, it will completely ruin your life if you dare to show it off again. I will torture you, Joshua.
Hey, yo, Brian.
That was a Nightmare Freddy who had no interest in constructive criticism or hoping for the best for Joshua Guitar. He was just there to fucking shit all over him, man. I have no doubt that through making this video, I have made myself a target for Nightmare Freddy, and we are all equal opportunity in that way. So I think it's probably best if I quit while I'm ahead. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at @withany. That email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.